outfit. So much black. It needs a pop of color popping out of the black. I have some fabric left over because I made this. And I'm going to add this to a tank top and have it just pop out a little bit to add a little more color to this all black outfit. I'll show you how. Coming up. Hey, Chanel here, bringing you weekly videos to help you get better and better with your fashion sewing and be more creative too. So be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. So, I just finished this skirt. I call it the Chanel number 2 skirt because it's my Chanel pattern, but I changed the design lines a little bit. I made the splice in the middle a little closer together because I wanted to try different kind of piping on there, and I did it and I sort of love it. I got a little problems with it, but it's wearable. That's not good, huh? It's wearable. Anyway, but I have an idea to make me love it. But I was thinking, I wear a lot of black on top now that I've gained a few pounds, and it helps me feel a little thinner. It's not the best color for me, but I was thinking if I wore this skirt, it's long, and I was gonna wear it with black boots, all black top, the black skirt with that little, would be cool, but a little too much black. So I thought, I have this one top right here. It's just a knit surplice top with a band right here that I love to wear tank tops underneath it and then have the color poke out from the bottom like that. So I was thinking, wear this so it's still black up here, and then have the tank top color poking out here so that I have a little color here, and then also up on the top so at least there's some pops of color. So I was thinking I could just do the blue, the black, and the white, but then I thought, I have leftover fabric right here. This is the blue, this is a Supima cotton, this is a knit. They don't really like each other, but I'm going to see if this will work. So that's what I want to do. So what I thought about doing was just chopping off. I have a bunch of these white tank tops because I used to wear a lot of white, and then now I don't. So I was thinking, I put this on. I've got a pencil mark in here somewhere, and I'm just going to chop this off, the whole bottom part right here, keep the top, and then add the blue. And what I've done here is I cut a bias strip right here, and I'm going to sew it down the sides, and I'm going to actually, I chop that off and add it to the top to just get, I'll have the white right here, and then this will just peek out just a little bit on here, and then I don't have to make a whole top because this fabric's not going to drape very well underneath this top, and I won't wear this whole top, although I would if it was like under a little black jacket. But can't change my mind now anyway because I already cut this, and this actually took a little bit of fabric. I don't have a lot of it, but I don't really have any plans to use it, but I had to cut. When you cut a bias, you have to cut a bias one way and then flip it and cut the other. I probably used, I don't know, maybe a yard, I don't know. But I was saving it for a skirt because I'm the queen of skirts, and I bought it for skirts. And Joann's, I bought that at Joann's. It's Supima cotton, and it's so beautiful. It's just so soft and luxurious. It looks like silk charmeuse, but it's cotton, and I love it. And they don't sell it anymore. I don't know, it was $15 a yard, which is not that much. And then you have coupons. But, for beautiful fabric. I guess they say it's too expensive for the store. I don't get it. Because they've got cosplay fabric in there for like $30 and $40, which I see on the streets of LA for like $5. So, I don't, it's all irrelevant. People don't know. Some people don't know what good fabric is. I don't know. Just saying. Anyway, so back to my outfit. I'm gonna cut this tank top off here, and if I ruin it, I don't care because I have a bunch of these and I'm getting rid of them anyway. And then I'm gonna sew this up at the sides and attach it to here, but the trick is I'm gonna have to stretch this to fit that, and then hope it works. I don't know, I've never done this one before. So I'm gonna get to it. All right, got my side seam stitched and pressed, and then I went ahead and pressed up about an inch for the hem right here. I don't know quite how I'm going to finish it. I just want to, I think, just do like a stretch stitch here because this is all on the bias. I'm going to practice on a scrap before I do that. So I have this here. Now the problem is this is quite a bit wider than this because I actually put this on my body to see how wide this was going to be, and this knit right here stretches a lot, so I've just got to stretch this to here. So hopefully this will work. So I cut off, I measured up, I had a slight pencil mark on here, and I measured it from 10 inches up from the hem. So I'm just going to cut that off, and then I also have to make sure there's no side seams on this tank top. So I got to find the side seams so that I can stretch it in place. So I'm just going to cut that off. I have it all lined up really evenly so I can go through both layers. Oops, that's got a little, that's okay. Whew. And then I'm going to put a little tiny V to mark my side seams right there, so that when I go around it, the sides, I can match up my side seams to here. Hopefully that'll work. So now I have to, this is a reversible top, so it could be front or back, like that. So now I've got to put this right side out, right here, something like that. And then I got to do this right sides together here. So I'm going to slip this into here and find my little V right there and just pin it. Probably should have done the quarters too, that would help. Let's see. We'll see if it's a problem. I'm going to have to come back and do the quarters, but okay, so now I got the side seams done. Now I have to look at this and stretch this as I sew onto. I don't want to stretch out the blue really. It's just the white. Oh, so actually this is going to go over really easily. And I'll do a stretch stitch right here. So actually this is draping pretty good. So I just have to stretch it as I go there, and then around to the other side. Let's see. Stretch this out. The goal is to get it even, an even stretch. You don't want to stretch it all on one side and not the other. Go like that. So I have a little bit of a gap on each side, and I'll be stretching it that way. That one's, yep, there we go. So now I just go around this, and I'm going to stitch right here with a stretch stitch on my machine, which takes a little bit of time, and then just be stretch it like that, and then this should drape like that, I hope. We'll see how this goes. All right, be right back. All right, I'm just going to start this on this straight stretch stitch. And I guess I'm just going to sew like a presser foot length right here. And I'm going to start it off slow. I always start at the side seams too. Just going to get it started. And I'm going to have to stretch it as I go. Just keep these raw edges even. Stretch stitches move a little slower. Actually, technically they move fast, but they takes longer to go. So right here, I'm just going to stretch it as I go, just in quadrants here, or less than quadrants. So get here and okay, coming into the home stretch. There we go. this all sewn around here. It's a little puckery, but I'll press that. There we go. It's nice and stretched there. I'm going to press the seam up. I might need to, actually I wonder if I should press the seam down. I don't know. I might press the seam down, yeah. And I might need to top stitch on top of that to keep the seam down, but I don't know, I have to figure that one out. Looks good so far. Well, that was easy. That actually went on really easy. I'm really thrilled with that. Didn't have to stretch it as much as I thought. I just stitched it. I got a stretch stitch in there. And now I have a white tank top and a blue bottom. That looks pretty good. Now I have to hem it. Also, I pressed the seam allowance up because that seems like it's going to be the smoothest way, and I think I'm going to run a stretch stitch on top of that to keep that seam down. So, but I'm not going to do that till after I hem it because I want to make sure my bobbin doesn't run out. That could happen. So now I have to hem this. I've got it nice and pressed, and I practice stitched on a scrap on the bias, and I came up with my one I usually always do. I call it the honeycomb one right there on top, and it's real tiny. But, there's 2 rows here, so I'm just going to do that, and kind of a different, kind of a cross. I also have 2 different colors of threads here. I can't decide which one I like. One of the threads is, I have the Maliniki thread, which is really good, smooth, long fibered polyester, and that one will go through here better, and that's the one. It's a little bit lighter blue. I think it'll be fine. So I'm going to hem this, and if I have enough bobbin left over, I'm going to top stitch that, and then the top is done, and I'll show you how it looks with my skirt. Okay, I changed machines because this machine sews a little bit better. I like the pattern a little bit better. I put it back on my 33, and I like to sew on the back side first so that if it doesn't look good, at least it went on the back. And I gotta practice. And I also realized that stitching this, I like to stitch it, these kind of stitches from the top or from the bottom so I can see that line, but it didn't, the bobbin thread didn't drape as well as the other one. So I'm gonna start this on medium speed, and I'm gonna just line up where my presser foot's gonna go. I think I'll just do 1/4 inch, but I need it to go there, so. All right, I'm just gonna go with that. Get it started. Oh yeah, I forgot there's no foot pedal in here. Is it going? Just need to make the stitch a little bit faster. And start it again. Sometimes if you start on a seam, it kind of gets jacked up a little bit. So I'm going to start a little bit faster. So I have this on no foot pedal. Just realized I'm stitching number 33 and I wanted 83. Oh no. Oh no. Actually, I'm going to switch it to 83. Anyway, see if anybody notices that. Again, it's too hard to take that out. Let me see. Okay. Oh my gosh. This machine has too many stitches on it. Oh, and it goes so much faster. Wow. Sometimes it's fun to wear things and see if anybody notices, because they don't. I mean, I might. The key with this is to just make sure the distance from the foot pedal to the edge of the hem is the same. Whew, stop it, see how it looks? Oh my gosh. Much different stitch. Oh, but yeah, you won't really see it. It's a lot different stitch. This one's just not as much thread in it, so it's just smoother. But I'd rather this not be I might have to go in there and trim that down. Unless I actually did another stitch on top of that. That actually might look good too. But for starters, I'll start with one. Okay, I think I'm going to take this off so it can run smoother through here. I think that might work. Okay, coming into the last stitch. And I joined it up with the boo-boo. Okay, that's how it looks. This is how that part looks. And then it joined up into the wrong stitch. But you may not notice it. You can never get these out, so, I mean, I could, but it would be really digging it out. All right, I'm gonna press this because everything always looks better when it's pressed, and then I think it's done. Actually, what I wanted to do too was to stitch if I had enough bobbin left over. Actually, I can just put white on here. Doesn't really matter, I guess. I'm just gonna put on a stretch stitch and stitch this top up right here. Actually, I could just stretch it as I'm going. I think that's what I'm gonna do so it's not so thick. I'm just gonna do a regular stitch and stretch it as I'm going. I'm gonna do a basting stitch. Get it ready to go because I don't have my foot pedal on. Oh boy, it's going too fast for me. Okay. Oh shoot. I messed up. Stretch it as I go. I can feel the foot pedal messing up. Or not. Feel the stitch. Kind of stretch it so it stretches over you when you put it on. You feel a bump in there. Now if you've ever sewn when you don't have the foot pedal on, it's a bit different. It's fun, but if you get in trouble, you got to be able to stop the buttons real fast. I feel bumps coming on. I gotta stop it. There we go. Trying to make this really smooth so that it fits real smooth under the shirt, the other knit top. If I let it get bumpy, it won't look good, nor will it be comfortable. This is stretching enough. It can only stretch so much because it's biased. Ooh, feeling a bump coming up. Fix that. And into the home stretch. Whew. Reverse that a little bit. Slow. Okay. Whew. Needle up. It's a little stressful. There, now I have that stitched up here and the hem. Go press it and it's done. Yes, unless I want to go over and do another stitch on there. Or do I want to trim that? I don't know, because you don't want this lapping over right here. Well, that was easy. Again. That was fun. I like using my new sewing machine for the hemming. I never used to use decorative stitches at all. It was always just straight stitch. And I got these two new machines and they have a bunch of stitches on them. So now I'm doing new stitches on all these. It's pretty cool. So there is my top. And I also stitch this down here. Just gonna put this on, put my other little top on. I have a little white peeking out there. I could also chop that off and put some blue in there, but I'm gonna do the white because I always like white peeking out. I have a little bit of blue peeking out here, about about 2 inches. Another way of doing this, you've probably seen those when they're making the little skirts that you just wear underneath the tank top, so you have the little piece poked out. That's also a way to do it. I was thinking about putting, it's like the blue right here. Then what a pain to get it attached. So, and I didn't want to, like the elastic part in there and then the tank top tucked under. So that's why I just attached it to an old tank top. The old tank top that's still in pretty good shape. So you don't want to wear an old tank top. Anyway, so stay tuned. I'm going to get a picture of this and show you at the end how it looks. So I'll see you in the next video.